Yo, what is going on, guys? Welcome back to the village. We are starting things off today right where we left off the last episode, here in the Iron Forest. It may look a little bit different than it did the last time you guys saw it. I spent some time after the last episode kind of sprucing the place up, you could say. I added like proper staircase here. I got some pathways. This one leads over to the sub room over there. Also got some like broken down handrails in here, just make it feel a little more like used, I guess you could say. And then of course we got lanterns kind of sitting by the base of every tree. Oh, didn't mean to do that. But just to make sure we don't get any creepers, any mobs or anything spawning, because it gets a little dark in here with all the trees. You guys may actually remember last episode I said we were probably going to do some tree trimming and get rid of some of the trees because I thought I had added too many. But I did the exact opposite. I went ahead and added like twice as many trees as we had before, and I love it. I also may have gone a little crazy with the bone meal. We got it going all the way to the edge of the path there. And then if we run over here, it's going all the way up and around our entrance, which I honestly think looks pretty sweet. Kind of makes it feel like a hobbit hole, which I also did a little work up here in the hobbit hole. As you can tell, I extended the floor out to the edge just to make it look a little more finished. I also finished the floor a little bit in here. We still have some work to do on this wall, but as you guys can tell, we got another trader. You guys may have already noticed this shiny little golden carrot I got in my hands. I have made the decision to switch over from steak to the golden carrots. It was a really easy decision, honestly, because with the cows, we have to like have a wheat farm. We have to make sure that always has wheat. We got to farm the wheat. We got to breed the cows. We got to like then kill the cows, and then we got to cook the food. And it's just like, it's a whole process. Whereas this, we go grab some iron, trade it for emeralds, trade the emeralds for golden carrots. Bada bing, bada boom. So we're going to be munching on these guys from here on out, but there is one other thing I want to show you guys. As usual, I had to get a bunch of resources for the main project we're going to be working on today, and one of the things we needed was blackstone, like a full shulker box of blackstone. To collect this blackstone, I had two options. Option one, we could go to the basalt biome in the nether, and we could just try to collect as much as possible from there. But that biome's scary. So option two was obviously still in the nether, but instead of going to a basalt biome, I would just dig down to like level 11, level 12, like we were trying to find diamonds in the overworld, and just start strip mining for blackstone. Now you might be wondering, why would you do that? That does not seem like the fastest way to get blackstone, and you'd be correct. But I was hoping that as a byproduct of trying to get blackstone that low in the nether, we would stumble upon some ancient debris. And would you look at that? Oh, just look at it. Unfortunately, I didn't get enough so we can upgrade all our armor and all our tools, as it takes 4 pieces of ancient debris to upgrade 1 piece of equipment. But my goal was 12, honestly, because now we can upgrade our boots, our leggings, and our helmet. We can have full netherite armor gear. So let's go ahead, pop these in the furnace, get those smelting, and let's also get some gold smelting up. There we go. Let's go ahead and craft up some netherite ingots. Doesn't actually look like we have any smithing tables in here, but we got plenty in the trading hall. Hey man, cool if I borrow this for a second? Appreciate it. Let's throw our netherite ingots up there, and then boom. Helmet, leggings, boots. Oh yeah, that's more like it. I always much prefer netherite armor, obviously because it's better, but also because it matches my shirt so much better. I really do want to find like 16 more pieces of ancient debris so we can upgrade our sword, our pickaxe, our shovel, and our axe, but it took me like 3 hours just to find these 12, so I needed a bit of a break. Also, if you guys are new to the channel and this is your first video, this here is the subscriber room. Basically, the plan of this room is to bring my viewers into the village. As you can see, we already brought one viewer in, Fumetsu-sama. We brought him in last episode. But if you guys would like to join the wall and get up next to Sama, leave a comment down below and we'll get you up there. But with all of that out of the way, it is time to get started on today's project. I've actually been having a lot of fun lately finishing some of the projects we didn't quite finish before just because we didn't have the resources. You know, we didn't have the tools with all the enchantments. We didn't have an elytra so we could fly thousands of blocks in a couple of minutes. But now we have all that. So before we start on any new farms or just any new projects in general, today we are going to spend some time wrapping up some of the projects that we haven't finished yet. There's absolutely no way we're going to get to everything today because there's a lot to do around here, but we're gonna do what we can. There's a lot of little things around the village that need to get done that aren't gonna take super long, but there's also a lot of big things that need to get done. Although this creeper farm honestly produces really well, it's also really ugly. I've had a plan for this creeper farm from like day one. It's just some of the blocks I needed are not super easy to collect early game. Over here is everything I collected for this build. We got our shulker box of blackstone as mentioned before. Got some tinted glass. I definitely think we're gonna need more though. Also got some iron trapdoors, polished deep slate. This is all just to make the creeper farm taller because like if you guys remember I said we could add more layers on top of here. I think we're gonna have 5 in total once we're done today. When we built this originally, I said I kind of wanted to make this look like a crater around here. I kind of wanted to make it look like a giant creeper exploded right here. And speaking of giant creeper, I'm just gonna let your imagination run wild here. I think the best way to do this is going to be to start at the very bottom down here in the storage room and work our way up. One thing I do really want to do is make this storage room a little bit bigger. As you can tell, this is all cobblestone right here, and the reason it's cobblestone is because, well, there's ocean on the other side of this wall. Although that is going to make it quite a bit harder to make this room bigger, it does give us a pretty cool opportunity to make this room out of glass and have a room where we can see into the ocean. That is actually a lot darker than I expected it to be, so maybe we won't go with tinted glass, but I still think this idea is going to be cool. As for this side of the room, it's going to be all blackstone. I really want to make it feel like a giant explosion happened right here, and it left behind all this gunpowder, which doesn't make sense, but we're gonna pretend like it does. But let's go ahead, let's get started expanding this room, expanding the storage system, and getting some blackstone in here. Not gonna lie, that took quite a bit longer than I thought it was going to. Removing the water was an absolute pain. Get it? I made a window joke. But I think it looks really good. I'm really happy with how it turned out. And this window, I actually really like it. It's definitely a little bit dark, but instead of adding the like regular non-stained glass, I really like the tinted glass, how it matches with the blackstone. What I think we could do is actually light up the ocean outside this window. It'd be really easy. We could throw some like sea pickles down under here, which I actually don't have a lot of, but we could just for now throw some like shroom light under the water. But earlier some glow squids were swimming by and it was pretty sweet. But we got way more gunpowder storage now, and I could have wrapped this all the way around this room if I wanted. But I was kind of thinking, I don't know if it's going to be possible, but at some point I need to build an automatic sugarcane farm. And if we could lead the sugarcane into this side of the room, that'd be pretty sweet. Because then we could just come to this room to craft all of our rockets. And that'd make things pretty simple. Let's not worry about that for now, though. If that plan doesn't end up working out, we can always just extend this storage system all the way around. This room is pretty much finished, though, at least for now. I do want to add some like details in here just to make it a little bit nicer, not just a square black room. But for now, I think we're going to call it good and move on to the next portion. And that means it's time to turn this place into a big old crater and get rid of the sandy beach. Now, the somewhat ironic part is to get rid of this beach, we actually have to go get a bunch of sand and make it bigger. The reason for this is just simply because I want to get rid of a lot of the water surrounding our creeper farm, but it's kind of annoying because as soon as we place it, we're just going to have to dig it right back up. And then we're just going to be left with a bunch of sand and nothing to do with it. Wait a minute. Actually, I need more tinted glass to actually build the creeper farm. This kind of works out. Oh yeah, we having fun now. I think that is enough fun for one day. By the way, I was not having fun. It's time to start placing some more blackstone and getting rid of all the sand we just placed. This is definitely not going to be enough blackstone, which is not exciting. But if we turn it all into slabs, so far, so good. I did have to cut into Ordep's farm a little bit here, so hopefully he's not too mad about that, but he's a pretty nice guy, so it should be all right. But I got the staircase all finished up going down to the storage room, and as you guys can tell, got a little bit of an entrance going on. There's actually a black ring of concrete going all the way around the creeper farm, and that is going to be the foundation for the building we're going to be putting right here. Now, we still got a lot to do before we actually get to that, but I'm happy with how it's coming together so far. And now this area is really starting to take shape. It's starting to look like there was actually an explosion right here, and quite a big one at that. I want to get like an aerial view of this because I've just been looking at it from the ground. Oh, yeah. Oh. Oh. That looks good. Obviously, it's lacking a lot of color, like any color at all, but that's kind of the point. I wanted it to look like kind of like a wasteland. Like there was a giant explosion right here, and now nothing can grow, and this area is just kind of ruined forever. I was honestly a little bit nervous on the terraining part of this, on how I was going to get it to look like something actually blew up, but it was actually really easy. I just put some like black stone walls, black stone stairs, black stone slabs, put different types of blocks in my hand, and then I just started spamming them like crazy. I would literally just come up to a section like this, just hold down the right click button, and start going ham. May not be the most quote-unquote professional way to do it, but hey, I think it looks pretty good. Then again, whoever said I was a professional? Certainly wasn't me. With the crater all finished up though, it's time to get started on the actual creeper farm itself, and there's actually one thing I forgot. I forgot about the kitties. I know. How could I forget about the kitties? But we are going to need 8 of them to finish up the creeper farm. So I'm going to do a little fishing, and we'll go ahead, breed up the 2 cats we do have, and get all the kittens we need. Alrighty, everyone is here. We got Whiskers, Fluffy, Meows a Lot, Rupert, Biscuit, Jasmine, Wellington, and last but not least, Bonfire. Look at how cute they are. How could I forget about you guys? Now that we got all our kitties though, it is time to build their new home. This part is pretty straightforward. We basically just need to repeat the bottom section 4 more times till we got a whole stack of them. 1, 2, 3, and 4. The creeper farm is complete. Well, at least the functional part of it. We still got to make it gorgeous, which means it is finally time. I have been looking forward to this moment for so long. As you can tell, I got the framing of the building all put up. We just need some walls. Now, I kind of hinted at it earlier in the video, but these are the blocks we're going to be using, right? And this is a creeper farm, and we got a big old giant square. So, if you still haven't figured out what we're going to be building, why don't I just show you? It has been about an hour or so. We are up here on top of the nether portal just to get the best viewing angle, but it is time for the final reveal. Ladies and gentlemen, say hello to the giant creeper. How sweet is that? Let's get up in the air here, get an aerial view of this guy. Oh yeah, by the way, I kind of ran out of black terracotta, or black concrete rather, so I gave him a little hat, improvised a little bit. But check this out, yo. This looks so cool. Oh my goodness, this turned out better than I thought it was going to. Oh, this is so sweet. I love how when you're at like a little bit of a lower angle, it kind of looks like the creeper's poking his head out of the ground. He's just like, hey, what's going on up here? Oh my goodness, I am so happy. This looks so cool. I have had this plan for so long, but it was hard to get to earlier because we didn't have any of the terracotta we needed. But none of that matters now. We finally got it. Oh, this is so sweet. I was actually thinking we should name this guy. I tried to come up with a name, but I couldn't really think of anything fitting. So maybe I'll leave that up to you guys. Leave a comment down below if you have any ideas. Let's give this guy a name. And not only does our creeper farm now look really sweet, but it's also really fast. Literally, just in the time it took to build this thing, which granted was a couple hours, we've already got 2 stacks of gunpowder. I can already tell this creeper farm is going to be giving us way more gunpowder than we actually need, but I can always find a use for some TNT. Frito and Ordette better watch they back. Nah, I'm just kidding. But what I was just thinking is we could actually use TNT to help us find some ancient debris in the nether. Because I've only ever strip mined for ancient debris, which I've heard isn't the best way to find it. So maybe we'll give that a shot. Now, I know at the beginning of this episode, I said we were going to try and finish a couple of the projects that I have left unfinished in previous episodes. And so far, we've just worked on the creeper farm. It's actually been a little bit bigger of a project than I thought it was going to be, but I've just been having a lot of fun building it. And I actually have another idea. With it being December and the holidays quickly approaching, I feel like we should get our giant creeper friend here looking a little more festive. What I'm thinking is we give him a proper hat, but no ordinary hat. We're gonna give him a Santa hat. You know, like the red and white fluffy Santa hats? You guys know what I'm talking about. The only issue is, this is gonna be a really big hat. I really hope we don't add a hat onto this guy and it just kind of ruins the whole build and looks awful. But hey, I guess if you guys are still seeing this, it must have turned out all right. Thankfully, because of Ordep, we got all the sheeps, because I need all the wool. Hopefully 9 stacks is going to do the trick. We also got 9 stacks of red terracotta. This might seem like too much for just a hat, but I honestly don't know if this is going to be enough. There's only one way to find out. I guess to start, we should try coming up with some kind of circle to kind of outline the hat. Yeah, let's do that. Okay, we got the main outline of where the hat is going to sit, so let's jump down here and take a look. Honestly, that looks pretty good. It's a start. And after a little bit of reshaping and adding some more fluff, it's starting to look pretty good. I think that's actually good for like the bottom ring of white fluffiness. I'm not sure what to call that. But at this point, let's grab some red terracotta and actually start making the like point of the hat. This is gonna be really difficult because I don't want to just make like a pyramid on the top of his head and just like have a really tall pointy hat. I do kind of want to make it like bend off to the side like with a normal Santa hat. And I'm not exactly sure how I'm gonna do that. I feel like this is actually going pretty well. It was going good up until I got to this curve part I wanted to put in. This is a little more tricky than I thought it was going to be. I might have to go with a little bit less of a curve than I was originally thinking, but I think it's still gonna look all right. Had to make a quick trip over to the Mesa biome just because 9 stacks of terracotta was not cutting it. But check this out. That looks pretty legit. Now, of course, we're not done. We still need our little fluff ball right on top. One fluff ball later, we have got ourselves the most festive creeper you have ever seen. This literally started as like a joke in my head, like, hey, let's throw a Santa hat on the giant creeper. Well, 2 hours later, we got a Santa hat on the giant creeper. I am so happy we went through with this. This honestly adds so much to this build. It just makes it way more fun. And on top of that, it keeps the big creeper's ears warm, which is good because we don't want him getting angry. Which, actually, now that I think about it, this dude technically has 4 faces, right? So, does he even have ears? Like, where would his ears be? Wow. Do creepers even have ears? They can't even... How do they communicate with each other? Have they never listened to music before? Aw, poor creeper. Now I'm sad. I think we need to build the creeper some ears. On second thought, nah, we're not gonna do that. And unfortunately, we are actually out of time to do anything else. I know it doesn't seem like we did a whole lot today. We literally just worked on the creeper farm, but I mean, we did a lot on the creeper farm. When we started today, this was just a sandy hole with a dinky little creeper farm in it. And now, we got a full-on boom Santa. I don't even know. Don't ask. But thank you guys so much for watching. I really hope you did enjoy today's video. I know I had a lot of fun making this one, and I can't wait to show this off to Frito and Ordep. It's actually been a little while since either of those two have been on the server. It's kind of just been me lately, but that's okay. They'll be back soon enough. For now, though, we'll just hang out with this dude. Huh. You don't talk much, do you?